Welcome back, guys, to the Jason and Jabari podcast.
Today's topic is adversity. Is this a good or bad thing? What adversity have you faced in your life, and what was the outcome?
Okay, so that seems like an interesting topic to have today. We're going to kick things off with our friendly rock paper scissors. I've lost more times than I care to admit, and we're looking to rectify that today. So, I'm in his head, guys.
Hot hands. Hot hands. Hot hands.
You ready?
Yep.
Told you. I got this. It feels good to win. It feels good to win. All right. Adversity. Is this a good or a bad thing? Let's start with that. In my opinion, I think adversity is a good thing. I think that a lot of people get to where they're going because of adversity. The saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, that comes to mind. And we could use that in context of adversity. Not that I agree with the whole statement in itself, but towards this topic, let's just go with it, okay? So what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and sometimes that's absolutely the case. We've pulled up an article for you guys today that we're going to read off a few names of successful people who had to overcome some adversity. So, Jabari, do you want to pull that up real quick? And this is 16 wildly successful people who had overcome huge obstacles to get there, so aka adversity. And I think while we're on that, let's just go ahead and pull up the Merriam's Dictionary of Adversity. Jabari, could you read that off, please?
The collegiate definition from Merriam-Webster University, or Webster Dictionary: a state or instance of serious or continued difficulty or misfortune.
Okay. All right. So now that we have our definition, let's go ahead and read off a few names, please, sir.
First one, Bill Gates.
Bill Gates. Wow. Okay. What about Bill Gates?
Yes, the richest person in the world would.
Not anymore. He was. I think Bezos got him, but go ahead.
I think it's Elon now.
Is it Elon?
It's Elon, yeah.
And somebody's got him.
Anyway.
He's one of the richest.
Right. The richest person in the whole world, couldn't make any money at first. Gates' first company, Traf-O-Data. Did I say that right? Traf-O-Data? A device which could read traffic tapes and process the data. Failed miserably.
Okay.
When Gates and his partner, Paul Allen, tried to sell it, the product wouldn't even work. Gates and Allen didn't let that stop them from trying again, though. Here's how Allen explained how the failure helped them. Okay, so we got a quote here from Allen. Allen says, even though Traf-O-Data wasn't a roaring success, it was seminal in preparing us to make Microsoft's first product a couple of years later.
Back when we had the conversation about leveling up, do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
You said something to the degree of entrepreneurship. Remember that? And you said you're going to face some adversity, more or less, and you are going to learn through your experiences of failed business plans and arrangements and things like that in order to succeed later on down the road. Do you remember that conversation?
That's correct.
Check that conversation out, guys. If you haven't checked it out, it should be up. It's called Leveling Up. Check us out there for that conversation, for a more in-depth deep dive into what that looks like from our experience or perspectives, I should say. But anyway, I guess that's what Bill and them did here. So he didn't start off a multi-billionaire. He had trial and error, and then eventually he got there. And it was because he got there, and because of that adversity, that helped him get there. Let's pull up one more. Let's just go down the list here. Let's see if we got anyone else
See what we got.
interesting. Uh, Jim Carrey's okay. There we
we
go. Yeah, let's do this one. Bethany Hamilton. Okay, so apparently Bethany Hamilton. I don't know anything about this lady, but apparently she's gotten her arm bit off by a shark at 13, which that's tragic. That's not fun. That sounds like it hurts very bad. But she was back on the surfboard a month later, which is very fast. Which is very fast. And 2 years after that, she won her first place in the women's division of the NSSA National Championship. So I mean that in itself
I
is
mean, you can only imagine.
right.
I mean, the difficulty and
I think most people would quit.
she was probably. I mean, at 13, I mean, you were probably bullied.
I don't know if she's bullied or not, but most kids at that age, there's a lot of
true, but
going on.
I mean, even in just like even in competition nowadays.
Okay. So you're
like-
saying after she got her arm bitten off, she was being bullied? Is that what you're saying?
I mean,
maybe
yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and maybe she could have been, very well could have been, because the kids.
And another thing is that in competition, you're trying to get in the other person's head. So if you're going against her, I mean, hey.
Okay, so
I'm
you're using some mental games there.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I would think that if I got my arm bitten off in the water by a shark, it would probably traumatize me,
Mhm.
and I don't know if I'd be able to go back into the water in fear of getting bit again, let alone competing for a championship. I mean,
Yeah, so let's keep in mind it did in the article. It's 2 years later. So within those 2 years, the adversity she probably faced
yeah.
was losing.
If she
at least
if
in
she
the
did
first
it,
year,
if
I would
she
say at least in the
went
first
to
year.
another I guess competition during those 2 years, who knows what?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, this is the what's the NSSA National Championships. I have no idea what that is, but anyway,
I think
it's national championship,
right.
so it's a big deal. There's
Right.
a lot of people in the country.
Absolutely.
Before that, I'm sure she had like mini
Tournaments
little-
or something like that.
Yeah,
or
yeah, maybe
competitions
lost
or
a couple
whatever.
competitions. I mean, even then, training.
Exactly.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Oh
training.
man.
Because
Hey.
I don't know much about. I have no idea how to surfboard. It looks cool, but I've never done it in my life, so I don't really know the ins and out of how to do it. But from what I have seen, I think they use their arms to help kind of balance themselves out on the board while they're surfing the waves and stuff. I could be wrong about that,
Well,
but I
most
think
definitely.
that's what they do. So just to rebalance in itself has to be challenging for her. I don't know how she did something like that, but definitely kudos to her. And that
Hey.
just goes back to my point of view
She's
and
a beast.
perspective is I think that if we use that adversity and we persist, right? Because sometimes you just have to be persistent at things, and you endure. Because sometimes the amount of adversity is not going to be pleasant, and it's going to be very, very uncomfortable and painful at times. So I think those things are vital and key in dealing with adversity. You understand what I'm saying? I think that you have to be persistent and you have to endure. Because if you don't, then I guess the alternative would be quitting. And you know me, I'm not a big fan of quitting. I just am not a big fan of quitting.
I'm sure she wasn't either. So that's a good thing.
A lot
It's a
of
good-
people
good
can
thing to
think
have.
that how should I put this? A lot of people can think sometimes that your world's falling apart, so to speak. You ever talk to people like that or experience that maybe? And in actuality, sometimes what's going on is your world's falling right into place. And it's just new, it's unforeseen, it's uncomfortable how you get there. But if you keep at it, then you will get there, in my opinion. And I think that overcoming that amount of adversity, whatever that looks like for whomever, I think that is key, and I think that's a very good thing. But what do you got? What do you think?
I agree. I do. So I think adversity is a good thing.
Okay.
Um, uh, is I mean I don't see it as a bad thing. Um, it's just that like you said, it helps build people up. So you've already faced that situation. You know what to do next time it comes around. Especially if you're like Bethany, if you're passionate about something. So I mean, I agree. I think diversity is a good thing. We have a couple of other people in here as well. Let's see here. Ah, so Richard Branson. So this one, Richard Branson. This one is a big deal.
Okay.
This is a most common thing that most people can relate to.
Okay.
Branson, he struggled in school. He had dyslexia.
Okay.
Dyslexia.
Uh-huh.
What it says here in the article, it says that he didn't get good marks and he did poorly on standardized tests, which with dyslexic people, we know it's a common thing.
Okay.
So it's hard for them to. Instead of giving up, he used the power of his personality to drive him to success. Today, Branson is known for developing Virgin Records and many of its more technology advanced spin-offs. Is the fourth richest person in the UK. So
it would. I guess he does what, studio records?
Virgin Records. Yeah, I think that's where Virgin Records is.
I don't know.
I'm going with the name. So
Okay. Okay.
I mean, I'm assuming Virgin.
And during the time of this article,
I don't know.
During the time of this
Virgin
article, he
Records
was the
is.
fourth richest person in the UK. So
Right.
obviously they named Bill Gates as the richest man. So obviously it's been a while. But I think
Yeah. So
I think you guys get
with I mean, yeah, like having dyslexia. I mean, that's a big deal, man. They really do struggle, and I've had to help a couple of people that had that,
Okay.
and it's man, just going through that obstacle right there,
Mhm.
just learning something, and that's one of the big things with them, learning something.
Okay.
Like whether that's sports, reading, whatever the case may be,
Okay.
the actual learning part. And he was able to learn enough information from school and
Mm-hmm.
through his life to build. I mean, Virgin Records is actually pretty popular. Now that I think about it. So
I think I might have heard something from them. I can't think of
So,
anything.
I mean,
at the
he was
moment.
able to build a business just from learning, which is one of the big things from dyslexia.
Okay.
So, I mean,
It also.
this is the third person we've gone. There's 16 people in this
there's
article.
16. We're not gonna go all.
yeah,
over that.
exactly,
I think
but-
that's enough
I mean,
for
but
now.
you can definitely see that having adversity is just for a lot of people just adds fuel to the fire. I mean, they want to overcome that and get better.
Right, and apparently it says here that he used his personality to drive him. So whatever that looks like for
Yeah.
him, I don't know who he actually is, to be honest. But he took something that he maybe wasn't necessarily great in, and he had something else to put in there and mix it all in to become who he became, which is that's a great thing.
Hey,
I think it's beautiful.
overcoming.
Yeah,
Adapt and
absolutely.
overcome.
Adapt and overcome. I like that. I didn't think of that. Darn it.
It's a normal.
Okay,
saying.
so the next question on here
No.
is what adversity have you faced in your life and what was the outcome? Ooh.
I go.
Well, I think we as human beings all face some sort of adversity, if we're being honest. And one of the most notable ones that I would like to vaguely go over is I had to start over in life at a late age. Paint a picture. I was in a relationship with someone for X amount of time, and after said time, I came home to essentially nothing. Uh, Nothing. No home, no vehicle, no children, no money. Next day, right? And that was difficult because in that moment I was lost. And most of the time I generally have some sort of a contingency, some sort of a plan, but at this moment I had nothing. So I was like, okay, what the heck is happening here? I don't know what to do. I didn't know where to turn or whatever, and I thought that was pretty much the end for me. I thought things looked extremely hopeless. So I wanted to succumb to what I was feeling there. I just wanted to give up. I just wanted to quit. I just wanted to be like, all right, whatever. This is over my head. I can't do this, right? But I don't know if it's because I'm so stubborn, or if or if just maybe I had people like you and others pushing me to continue moving forward. I don't really. Maybe it was a combination of all of the above, right? But I didn't just give up. I didn't just quit. I didn't have much, but what I did have was a drive to get back on my feet and regain what I could. And I don't know how long it took. I don't. What do you think? For me to get my own place, another vehicle, furniture, accessories, see my children, get my children. How long do you think that took? Just because I really,
Dude,
I'd say a couple months, maybe. What you think?
probably
Yeah,
4
yeah,
months.
something like that. But it was tough.
The time doesn't
yeah,
matter.
the
The time
time
doesn't
really
matter.
doesn't matter. The point matters, not the time. But during that time, I had to really buckle down and work, and everything was a lot harder, it seemed. But I just did not quit. I just kept going, and eventually, I did obtain most of it all back. And that's the beauty of it. I mean, if you can get to where you're supposed to be, if you keep going at it. Now, I know that's like a example that I mean is ongoing. My life is still ongoing. But the point still remains, the fact remains that sometimes you're in a place of adversity where you feel hopeless. But sometimes you just got to keep going and endure that, which is what I alluded to earlier. But what about you?
Um, so, um, there was a point where I was in the middle of switching jobs. The last job that I was at, I didn't like the administration, how they were treating their employees.
Mm.
I didn't like that. So at the time, I looked for something else. Got an interview with the job that I am currently at. Uh, at the time, it was entry level.
Okay.
Um, so in the process of switching between jobs. Now, the new job was so I was told in the interview a certain amount of pay. It's going to be
Okay.
this.
Okay.
Also, there's, I was told guaranteed 40 hours, which, I mean, we'll get to that point. But fell behind on some bills due to lower pay, not enough hours. So got in trouble with falling behind on bills. There were some bills I was able to keep up. So some of those didn't fall behind. The house was one of the bills. Now I was I got my house really young. So well, I don't know about really really young, but younger than most.
Okay.
Let me put it that way.
Okay.
Younger than most. So I love this house. Matter of fact, we're still in it.
Still in it?
But yeah, so I fell behind. Maybe it was a lot. It was a lot of payments.
Okay.
It was a lot of payments. I was let's just say at least a year.
You
Yeah.
fell back 12 months in your house payment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I'm all caught up. It took a couple years. Like I said in the beginning, time doesn't matter, but it did take a long time, and then I got promotions, working hard at the job that I'm at now. So
So you actually
that
got
also
promoted
helped
after a while.
after a while. Yeah.
Okay.
So it I was thinking I was gonna have to sell it. I was thinking that, oh man, I might have to move back in with mom.
That's a tough
Which
one
is
to
yeah.
swallow.
Oh
Move back in with
man,
the
I mean,
parents.
I was thinking, like, maybe I was so strong on the fact of not moving back in with
Okay.
mom
All right.
that I was like, all right, well, at the time I had a minivan, so I was like, all right, maybe I could sleep there and fucking work and use the laundromat for washing clothes or whatever the case may be.
Okay.
Just until I get enough money to buy another house or whatever the case may be. But luckily, I didn't do that. The company, my mortgage company, worked with me multiple times. Lucky, I'm one of the lucky ones to have a mortgage company that actually does that.
Okay.
And I continue to make payments. It wasn't a full payment, but it was something to show that, hey, look, this is what I got.
Trying.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
trying to get it caught back up, and I did, because payments got bigger. I was able to
Your payments,
get
like
a
for you, like
program.
your checks got bigger as far as what you were getting paid,
Well, yeah, obviously, yeah.
Okay.
So as the promotions get up, yeah,
and then you
checks got
started
bigger, and I
paying,
was able
and
to
then you
get
making bigger payments. Okay.
yeah,
All right.
yeah. So and then there was a program that also kind of stopped the mortgage company coming after me. So
Okay.
that program helped a lot.
Okay.
So I was able to keep my house and everything else that came with it. Everything, even the other bills, I was able to get caught back up
Okay.
as well. So I'm not behind on that anymore.
Oh, that's good. That's
So-
there you go.
So
That,
now-
I mean, that must have
was-
been that must have been challenging for at least a year, man. Thinking that you're gonna lose everything like that. Well, as far as materialistic things go that you purchased, which you can obviously get another
Obviously.
house at
Didn't
some
want
point.
to,
but
but,
yeah, but no,
it-
that's good. You kept at it, and now you're back on track, and that's what matters. And I think that's the point, guys. I think that's the honest point. But we'd like to hear from you guys. What type of adversity have you guys faced in your own experiences, whether that's big, small, whatever? And if you think adversity in itself is a good or a bad thing. So let us know in the comments below. But that's going to do it for this episode, guys. So until the next one.
Deuces.
Hey, guys. We hope you guys enjoyed that conversation that we just had. Please feel free to like and subscribe because the YouTube algorithm really helps us out when you guys do that. And feel free to leave a comment. We also have a Apple and Spotify podcast platform. So if you're on the road and you ever want to listen to us have these same conversations, that's a way that you can do it. And that will also help us out as well.
Also, we will be gaming live stream on multiple channels, YouTube, Twitch. Jason would be on YouTube. I would be on Twitch.
Yeah, I'll be on.
I'll be
YouTube.
the Xbox Series X with the new upcoming games and plenty more. Halo Infinite, Forza, Overwatch. They have crossplay now. So come on over and
Well,
join us on Twitch.
if you guys like Xbox, if you guys want to watch a PS5 player, we have RPG games that we'll start off playing with, such as the Miles Morales game, and also we have Final Fantasy VII Remake, and we have a few other Final Fantasy games on pre-order. And for those of you who like PvP fights, we have Marvel Contest of Champions. I'll be uploading our war videos that we'll be participating in, as well as streaming incursions with other YouTubers on the MCOC. So there's something to look forward to.
All right. So with that being said, we'll be streaming a variety of games. So we hope to see you there.
Take care.
Deuces.